And we are live. This is UFC on Fox 25, Weidman versus Gastelum, Bro Picks. This is Ricky.
What's up, guys? This is Justin. We had a pretty cool card last time out on, I believe it was on Sunday. And yeah, man, Cleo came through, man. I had that read that, he's 100% focused. And all he had to do was keep it on the feet. And he stuffed both the takedowns from Craig. And yeah, man, he looked like a beast. A lot of people are saying that he's a douche for what he did after the fight, but I don't think so, man. Craig was talking a lot of crap that whole week. Craig was saying that Cleo sucks and all this. So I think Cleo had the right to do that. And I'm sorry, Craig, but you got smoked, bro. So no hard feelings. But yeah, man, I'm really high in Cleo, and I do think that he has potential to go far in this division. He's focused now, man, and he's one of the best strikers in the division by far. All he has to do is work on his takedown defense, man, and grappling. He'll be good. What about you?
I did pretty bad this weekend. I had a loss, but I won my Felder bet. That was pretty good. Glad that cashed. He looked like a beast, man.
He did, man.
Yeah. If he can show up like that all the time, I think he has potential, but he's kind of old. I just thought it was a good spot right there, and I like the odds right there. So kind of glad that cashed, but overall I still lost. So ready to turn it around this weekend, man.
Yeah, man, we both had losing nights. I had a minus 2.15 night. Thanks to Gunner. We don't need to talk about it that much. We know there's a lot of eye pokes in that fight, but it is what it is. I'm down to move on, and let's start out with the first fight. We got Chris Wade versus Frankie Perez. This is a good fight for Chris Wade, man. Chris Wade has, in my opinion, fought in really good competition lately, man. I mean, he lost to Islam and Rusam, two really good Russians. And, dude, he made those fights competitive, bro. He had a really good switch kick in that Rusam fight and the Islam fight, And both those fights were 29-28 losses, but he had his moments, bro. I don't think Frankie Perez would even last one round in those fights with them. Frankie Perez retired. He came back, and Mark Diakiese out-wrestled him, Chris Wade was, doing pretty good on the mat, bro, with both those guys for a little bit. But, yeah, man, I think Chris Wade's better on the feet here, and I do think he has the better wrestling. So I think Chris Wade's going to, beat this dude everywhere in this fight, in my opinion. But I do think he's going to be a big favorite, so I'm going to pass. But I got Chris Wade. What about you?
I don't know, man. To be honest, haven't really done much research on this tape, but on this fight. But I was liking Frankie Perez just because he trains with Frankie Edgar, and I don't know why you made it seem like his grappling with Diakiese was bad. I thought that was pretty impressive that he was able to keep it up. I think Diakiese is pretty powerful, and I don't know. Perez showed some pretty good grappling in that fight, I thought. And if he's motivated, I think he can out-grapple Chris Wade and get the decision. So, but I don't know. I just wasn't too impressed with Chris Wade's last two losses, but at the same time, you do bring up a good point how fucking Perez retired. I don't really like that at all. But I don't know, man. I do see a little bit of value in Frankie Perez, so I might do some more tape on that. But probably no bet. But I'm gonna go with Frankie Perez on this fight.
Yeah, Mark's a good fighter, but what I'm saying is that Chris Wade, man, has better wrestling than him. If Mark can take him down at will, I think Chris Wade's gonna do it easily. That's what I'm trying to say. I think Chris Wade has way better grappling than Mark. But we'll see what happens. All right, man. Call the next fight because I'm really excited about this fight.
Next fight, we got the beast Shane Burgos versus fighting Godolfo Pepe. So, we've seen his Burgos' hands, man, and they're legit, dude. He's got some of the best striking I've seen in that division. He's fucking powerful for that division. And he's coming off of two finishes, I think, two TKO finishes, and that's impressive in that division.
One finish. He didn't finish Trader.
Oh, what? Man, he fucking beat him up though, pretty bad.
Yeah, he dominated.
But huh?
Yeah, he dominated.
So yeah, he dominated. But Pepe does have a pretty good submission game. He did sub Thiele. I do think that that Burgos has a black belt himself too, so he's going to be able to neutralize the ground game, and keep it standing and probably light him up on the feet and get the decision standing up. I think he's going to do enough to keep it standing. Might get taken down, but I'm hoping his jiu-jitsu is good enough to get him back up on the feet. Throw some sub attempts, get some space, get back up on the feet. He's a black belt, so I'm not too worried about Pepe's ground game. I do think that their ground game will cancel out, and Burgos is going to catch him on the feet. What do you think?
Yeah, man, I agree. I am a little worried, though. I'm a little worried if it goes to the ground, because I do think Pepe has a better ground game. This kid is a very good ground game, bro. I mean, he tapped out Andre Fili. Andre Fili is a top 15 guy right now. He's a beast. He's been in there with some good guys, man. He lost to Darren Elkins, but Darren Elkins, just outgrinded him. But this fight, man, he's super wild out there on the feet, and that plays into Burgos' factor. Burgos, man, is one of the best strikers in the division. He has a very good chin. Pepe's super wild out there. Pepe doesn't have the best chin. He gets cracked a lot. And I think Burgos is going to finish him in the first round. It's going to be a big bet for me, but I'm not going to max it just because I'm, the fear to the ground. But even if it goes to the ground, I hope he doesn't stay that long, because obviously Pepe has the advantage on the mat, but on the feet, it's all Burgos. So, Burgos, man, has some really good counters. He's really good, man, his boxing. He throws the same stuff Rivera does. We'll talk about that later. And, man, he's going to be the faster dude out there, the bigger dude. And he throws bombs, bro. So I don't think Pepe's chin's going to be able to handle it. Pepe's been finished against Sam Cecilia. Sam Cecilia is not in the UFC anymore. He's a jobber. So, I got Burgos all day here. And I cashed that, against Charles Rose the last fight. So, Burgos, I love him, man. He's a good fighter, and he's going to go far. Next fight, we got Timmy Big Dick versus Junior Albini. I haven't watched that much tape on this fight, but I do know that Junior throws bombs. But I think Timmy Big Dick's going to weather the storm and grind him out. Timmy Big Dick's a good fighter, bro. He's been in there with good competition. He beat Tybura. I think he beat Volkov, in my opinion. I think he got robbed. And it's really hard to look at against Timmy Big Dick, bro, because, he's an ugly fighter, man, but he's good at what he does. And this kid's making his debut. Tim's been in there so many times. I think he's going to go out there and grind him out and get a decision. So I got Timmy Big Dick all day, but no bet. What about you?
Yeah, man. I'm going to have to go with Timmy Big Dick as well, just because he likes to make it ugly, and he's able to neutralize these good strikers like Marcin Tybura. Tybura is a great striker, man, and he just dirty boxed him and was able to neutralize him. He didn't take any damage, and he beat him up pretty bad against the fence. As opposed to, I remember Enrique de Silva tried doing that to Tybura, and this fool got knocked the fuck out. So Big Dick has really got some good dirty boxing. He knows how to control people very well against the cage, and he knows how to do some damage against the cage as well. So I do think he's going to neutralize the striking of his opponent, and he's going to. Albini's not really going to land much on him, and I think Johnson is just going to impose his will and take him against the cage and, just big dick him and dirty box him up and get the win, man.
All right, brother. Call the next fight.
No bet for me, just because it's too fucking risky with these guys. Who knows with the heavyweights. Next fight, man, we got Brian Keller versus Marlon Chito Vera. Chito Vera has been doing some has been winning me some money recently, but I was very impressed with this guy's win over Uri Alcantara. So I might have to do a little more tape on him right now, but right now I am thinking that Brian Kelleher might be able just to impose his will on Marlon Vera and take him down, grind him that way. I do think Brian has got the better grappling. Vera has got good jiu-jitsu, but I think it's jiu-jitsu like that. I think it's not going to be good enough to stop what Brian Keller has got for the ground. So impressive, but I got to do more tape. But right now I'm leaning Keller.
Yeah, this is a very close fight, bro. This is a pick'em fight. I'm curious on the odds in this fight because if Keller is a big dog, I mean, I don't know, man. That's going to be kind of, it's going to be hard to pass up. But, yeah, man, he definitely am going out there and tapping Yuri Alcantara, man. I mean, Jimmy Rivera, you'd even tap him out. The fact that he tapped him out. He's pretty impressive, bro. I don't think he's that good on the feet, though, and I think Chito Vera could tag him on the feet and light him up. I know he, finished Brad Pickett, but, I mean, who doesn't finish Brad Pickett, So, yeah, man, it's going to be a close fight. As of right now,
Can I say something, though?
Go ahead.
Can I say something about that fight? He did finish Brad Pickett, but I thought he was losing that fight.
He was.
Like, I was not that impressed with his striking. I thought he kind of got lucky. I was sweating bullets, bro. And he got that fucking strike, and I was screaming so loud. But sorry. But I was just going to say, I wasn't that impressed with the striking that fight. So
Yeah. I do think Chito's better striking here, but I got to go with Brian as well, man, because he's very dominant in the grappling. And when you're, he's kind of like, could be Kevin Lee. And when you're dominant at one spot and against a guy that's green, man, I think he's going to, if he taps out Yuri, man, I think he can easily tap out this guy. So, yeah, man, I got Brian. But I don't know if I'm going to bet him. As of right now, it's a pass.
Yeah.
Next fight, we got Kyle Bochniak versus Jeremy Kennedy. This is another close fight. It's a pick 'em in my opinion. I'm going to be passing, but I'm going to have to go with the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger to get the win. Kyle Bochniak, he's a good boxer, but that's about it. I don't think he has the best takedown defense, and I think JBC is going to go out there and grind him out in the clinch, take him down. He's not he's not much of a finisher, but I think he's pretty decent out there. He's pretty decent on the feet too. He went out there and beat Ronnie Jason in Brazil. It's pretty impressive. I was sweating that fight though because he got dropped in like the second round. But yeah, man, I got JBC, but not a confident pick. What about you?
It's a close fight again too, but like you said, I'm probably gonna have to go with the GBC just because he's undefeated. He's got two pretty impressive wins under his belt, and I don't think Bochniak is gonna be the guy to give him his first L in the UFC. I think Kennedy's just gonna impose his will, get the win. Next fight, man, we got Chase Sherman versus Damian Grabowski, and haven't done much tape on these guys, but to be honest, I just don't like. I don't really like Chase Sherman that much at all, man. I gotta watch his last fight, but Grabowski, he's coming off of 2 fucking losses. I think this guy is really brought in to lose. So I think Chase Sherman has a good following and shit like that. He's on Twitter a lot, so. I think UFC's throwing him a bone and bringing in someone to lose. So I'm going to go with Chase Sherman on this one. Who do you got?
Yeah, this is the easiest pass on the card, and a lot of people are picking Sherman. They're going to be betting him, and, I'm going to pick him very, 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 it's I'm telling you right now, like a coin flip. But I don't advise you guys out there to put him in parlays because Sherman is one of the worst heavyweights on the roster, but Damian is too. I think Sherman's a little better, but I can't trust Sherman, man. I'm looking at him last fight.
You trust him.
I mean, he fought a jobber last fight, and he almost got knocked out like 40 times. I mean, he does not have a good chin, and he does not have good striking. He's like not good anywhere, bro. And Grabowski's pretty bad too. So that's why it's the ultimate jobber fest. Both these guys suck, but yeah, I have to pick one of them. So I'm gonna have to go Sherman, but I mean, both these guys have no advantages anywhere in the fight. I mean, both these guys should be working at Burger King. So. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Sherman, but it's so close, dude. Next fight, we got a very good fight. We got Ryan LaFlare versus Cowboy Oliveira. I've been going back and forth in this fight, man, all week. First I was on LaFlare, then I was on Cowboy, then I was thinking about LaFlare, but I'm gonna have to go Cowboy here, man. I know he's gonna be the dog. I don't know if I'm gonna bet. If I get a good line of him, I'll bet him. But Ryan LaFlare is a really good wrestler, man, and I know Tim Means took Cowboy down the first fight. But the thing is, LaFlare's not that good on the feet, bro. And I know he has a good record in the UFC, but, I mean, if you watch his last fight, I mean, he did not look that good out on the feet at all. And Cowboy Oliveira, man, he's pretty good in the clinch. He's very good. He's good on the feet. I think he's way better on the feet than LaFlare, and I think he can keep this. If he can keep this on the feet, it's going to be all him. But I see him, man, catching LaFlare, man, because LaFlare gets hit a lot, man. And he hasn't fought a power puncher, man, since Ponzi. I know he beat Ponzi. But that was a long time ago, man. So I'm going to have to go Cowboy here, man. I think the momentum's in his corner. I think LaFlare's going to go out there and, go for the takedown, get stuffed. And Cowboy's a beast in the clinch, man. So I got Cowboy, man. What about you?
Yeah, man, I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you because Cowboy's a good – Cowboy's someone you don't really want to count out. I mean, I counted him out against Tim Means, and He did well, man. I think his wrestling got better too. He's very strong in the clinch, and he just hurts people, man, somehow. So I don't know. I think he's going to be able to get the win. Maybe just dirty boxing, defend the takedown, beat him up in the clinch. I see that happening because Oliveira is pretty strong, man. And if he's able to break up the clinch and just keep his distance, he can outstrike him too. But, I can see Oliveira just manhandling him against the clinch like how he does to a lot of people, not even respecting his wrestling, just probably defending it and, bullying him like how he bullies people. But we'll see what happens, man. Like you said, LaFlare's got a good tech, good wrestling, but LaFlare is but so does Oliveira, man. I think his clinch work is one of the best in the division.
LaFlare is so one-dimensional, bro. I mean, he is not good on the feet, dude, at all, man. He's overrated, man. He's a good wrestler, but I do think Cowboy Oliveira, man, people are sleeping on him because I know Means took him down a couple of times, but and everyone's like, oh, well, if Means took him down, LaFlare's going to take him down, I don't think so, man. I think Cowboy Oliveira's going to keep us on the feet, and he's going to light him up. He's one of the best dogs in this card, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to bet that, though, because it is kind of close, to be honest.
I might pass, but I'm going to pick him.
Yeah.
But, all right, man. You want me to call the next fight, or do you got it?
It's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Rafael Natal versus Eric Anders, and this is a big, huge pass for me. Eric Anders is making his UFC debut. To be honest, I don't really know much about the guy, so I'm going to go with Rafael Natal just because he's got the UFC experience, I know a lot of people say he's a jobber and he's on his way out, but I still think he's a pretty good test for someone making their UFC debut. So I'm going to have to go with Natal because of the UFC experience. I still think he has a couple more fights left to him as well.
Yeah, man, I'm disagreeing with you, man. I don't know if I'm going to bet it, but I'm picking Anders. He's the better striker, in my opinion. I think if he keeps on the feet, it's all him. Natal is the jobber, I think. He has no chin, bro. Tim Bosch retired him last fight, I think, and I think he's going to go out there and beat Gunshine, man. And this Eric Anders kid's no joke, dude. He has a very good record. He's fought in LFA, the former LFA champ. He's a former linebacker, so he's going to have the speed advantage here, and he's a more athletic guy. But there's a lot of red flags, He just fought 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to have to go with Anders, but it's probably a pass as of right now. It's more of a fade on Natal, too, because I don't think Natal is that good. But we'll see what happens. Next fight, this is a huge pass for me. We got Weidman Good versus Zaleski Dos Santos. Dos Santos, man, he's had a pretty good run so far. He's a good striker, man. He's decent on the ground. Weidman Good hasn't fought in a long time. He's a good striker, but, USADA, we don't know how he's going to look. One thing I'm going to mention, though, is that Weidman Good looks juiced out of his mind. And he trained with Burgos and Rivera. And that's why I think I'm going to pass, bro, because the dude is juice, man. And I don't know, man. I think he could go out there and starch him, man, because he's known for his, his knockout power. But he's from Bellator, man. And I don't like picking those. I don't like betting those Bellator guys, man. So just like who was it that said it like a couple years ago on Tough? Like Bellator champs don't belong in the UFC. They really don't. So yeah, man. I got Dos Santos here, but yeah.
What are you talking about? Look at Eddie. Look at Eddie Wineland, dude. He's killing it.
Eddie Wineland.
Who's that fucking guy?
Yeah, Eddie Alvarez won because
Eddie Alvarez, bro. He's fucking killing it, bro. What are you talking about?
He won because RDA passed out before the fight.
I'm just kidding.
Eddie Alvarez didn't get smoked against Gaethje.
I can't believe they're making a Tough series with those two punch drunk fucks, man.
Yeah,
they could have made it with better people, man. I want to see them fight, but I don't want to see a fucking whole season of them like trying to just talk shit.
I want to see Ferguson versus Khabib would be a pretty cool season.
Ferguson and Lee, that would be sick as fuck. They should have done Ferguson and Lee. That whole interview they did was fucking nuts, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Justin's gonna teach him. What are you gonna teach him? Like how to take a punch? How to
take a punch? Yeah. What the fuck? Leg kick like a savage. The shit he has you can't teach. Anyway, sorry for that rant, the ramble, but I'm gonna go with Dos Santos, man. Just because Bellator, you know, I really like to fade people that are coming from Bellator. And you know, Dos Santos does have some pretty good coming off 2 wins. You know, coming off a fight of the night versus Amari Akhmedov. So you know, he's got the UFC experience. And he's a UFC fighter. You know, he's definitely going to beat the Bellator fighter. So next fight is going to be one of the best fights of the night. I think it's going to be Jimmy Rivera versus Thomas Almeida, and it's very hard to make a prediction on this fight because both of these guys are pretty fucking savage. But I'm gonna have to go with the more well-rounded fighter in this fight and go with Jimmy Rivera. You know, I do think Thomas Almeida has a slight edge when it comes to striking. You know, he has a little bit more tools in the department. He's got might have the speed advantage too. You know, he's got those fucking brutal knees. You know, brutal elbows, and somehow though I just don't like how he gets hurt, man. He gets hurt in a lot of his fights, man. And you know, if you can't get hurt against these elite fighters, I think they're gonna take advantage of it. You know, you might get away with it with some of the other guys, but I mean that chin, I don't think is gonna. I mean, I think Almeida's got great skill, but he's got to protect his chin a little bit more. You know, did you just fart? Damn, bro, this shit was loud. All right, well, fuck, man. Almeida gets hurt a lot, man, and Rivera has the grappling advantage, and I think if he does catch him, he might get the takedown and get the finish. I don't know, man. I think Rivera definitely take advantage of that. He's got the better chin as well, so I'm gonna go with Rivera. The more I think about it, I might even place a bet on it. But these guys are both very fucking good, man. It can really go either way. But I do think Almeida should win. What about you?
Anyways, no, I didn't fart.
I mean, I'm sorry. I do think fucking Rivera should win.
I made a noise in my chair and I couldn't stop laughing. But yeah, this is a very good fight, man. I do think that Almeida's style, though, dude, it's bad for Rivera, man, because he's a very slow starter, and Rivera is a very fast starter, and he throws bombs like Garbrandt. You know, guys like Burgos and Albert Morales. I mean, you can get away with it because they don't have like power like Rivera does. You know, I mean, he trains with Burgos, dude. I mean, his uppercuts, dude, and his like combinations due to the body, dude, are like legit, dude. Jimmy Rivera, bro, is no joke, man. I do think Almeida might have more tools in the feet, but dude, he gets hurt every fight, man. And Rivera has the better chin in this fight for sure. But like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, I think that the big read on this fight is that Almeida is a very slow starter, bro, and Jimmy Rivera is not a slow starter. So I think Jimmy Rivera is going to go out there, get that first round finish, and make that statement, man, get that title shot, man. So Almeida, man, I mean, coming off that Garbrandt loss, he didn't look that good against Albert Morales. I mean, Morales won that first round. Morales was tagging him, bro, and then he went out there, and got a gas out of Morales. But I like Jimmy Rivera here, man, and I hope we can get a good line on this fight for him. So yeah, man, I got Rivera. Go ahead.
Almeida fucking made Morales look better than what he fucking was and owes me money. Yeah, I got Rivera, dude. He's got the better chin, man.
He has a better.
I think it's
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's gonna make a big difference. Kind of like what did it with the Garbrandt with his Garbrandt fight.
He has the better chin, but he has like the better combinations. But I think Almeida, like, he doesn't have the best head movement. He always gets hit, like, his head's always there. And Rivera, like, really, like, darts out of the way, like, has good head movement, and Almeida doesn't, bro. So I think that's another red flag for him right there. So yeah, man, I got Rivera. He does have the wrestling advantage in this fight too if he takes it there. But I mean, he's looked super good in all of his fights. I mean, no one picks apart Uriah Faber. He went out there and picked apart Alcantara. He beat Munoz. That was not a split. He definitely won 29-28 and then knocked out Brimage. But yeah, man, Jimmy Rivera is no joke. Almeida isn't either, but Jimmy Rivera is going to go out there and, get his combinations going, be the fast starter he is, and finish Almeida.
So, and you know what else I want to say something too? I think Jimmy Rivera is like a winner. this fool's gonna want to win rounds. He doesn't like it. Like I think he will steal the round with the takedown if needed. You know what I mean? Like if it's fucking close, he'll go for the takedown, and I don't know.
He's the more technical striker here. He's the more technical striker.
Who, Rivera?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
yeah, Almeida's more flashy. Almeida's more flashy. This feels more like fundamentals.
Yeah,
he's like more fundamentally sound.
Yeah, the combination that Burgos hit on Rosa, he said after the fight that that Rivera taught him that combination. So I mean, both these dudes train together, man. It's pretty impressive, you know. So
yeah, iron sharpens iron.
Training with a huge dude like Burgos is impressive, man. So I like Rivera, man. I think he's a good finish. You know, he's not much of a finisher, but he's a good finisher. Next fight we got. So yeah, we both got Rivera big. Next fight we got Pat Cummins versus John Villante. Now this is the scrub fest of the night for sure. I mean, tie with Sherman and Damian. You know, I'm gonna pick Villante, but I cannot bet this fight because I do not trust Villante at all after that fight with that Russian jobber. But the thing is, this is a good matchup for him because Pat Cummins has no chin. He's a good wrestler. That's about it. And Villante has good takedown defense. So Villante should go out there and win. But do we think he's going to? We have no idea because Villante is a head case. He has no IQ. He might go out there and go for a takedown and get subbed. You know, we don't know. Villante could barely even finish a guy with one weight. But the thing is, Cummins has the worst chin of all time. I mean, dude, this dude is like has brain damage, man. Did you see like his Instagram videos? Like he has like butterflies on his head and stuff, and like he's a weird dude, man. So I got John Villante here with a pick, but he was the dog, and now he's the favorite. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go Villante by a knockout, but I'm not betting on this fight. What about you?
Yeah, I can't trust Villante at all, dude. I think he's like got the worst fight IQ at all, of all time, and like he's a fucking meathead, man. He'd rather get knocked out than get tired. I think Patrick Cummins at least is a grappler, more willing to win. I think Villante just wants to go out there and just bang, get hit, not maybe hit the other guy, hopefully. But I don't know. I think Cummins wrestling is going to win him the fight, man. And I'm gonna have to go with Cummins. But you can't trust either of these jobbers to put your money on them. But I would love to fade Villante. So yeah, I got Cummins. Next fight, we got Dennis Bermudez versus Darren Elkins, and just coming off of a pretty brutal knockout to the Korean Zombie, and Darren Elkins is just coming off of a fucking impressive win, one of the best comebacks, and like UFC, you know, I've seen at least for sure. I have a hard pick though, just because you, I don't know, man. Darren Elkins wasn't showing much in that fight, you know, until the end. So I don't really know how much he's got. And then Dennis Bermudez pretty much doesn't have a chin, but you just know to drop the ball. So I'm probably gonna have to go with Darren Elkins right here just to get an upset. Pretty much from Dennis Bermudez fucking up. What about you?
Yeah, man, this is a very close fight. This is a pass for me. I know Elkins, you know, looked good his last fight, but he was getting dominated, bro, for 2 rounds. And
he was getting dominated.
Elkins, and then he went out there and got that finish against Bochniak. You know, but Bermudez has no chin, bro. He has a very, very bad chin. He gets hurt every fight. I know Elkins beat Bochniak, but I don't know if Elkins has the power to hurt Bermudez. But then again, everyone draws with Bermudez. So, yeah, it's a very close fight. I'm going to have to go with Elkins, though, too, just because of that chin. So, I mean, even if he doesn't have power, man, he might have the volume to hurt him because I think a fly could knock out Bermudez, man. So, yeah, man, Bermudez is going to grind him out for a couple rounds, and then I think Elkins is going to get another 3rd-round finish, which is pretty crazy. But, yeah, man. So I got Elkins. He's the huge dog right now, but, yeah, I'm going to pass. Next fight, we got Kelvin versus Weidman. Yeah, this is my biggest bet of the night. I already have 8 units so far in Kelvin. This is a very good match for him, dude. Weidman is on his way out. He hasn't looked good since Machida, and he took so much damage against Rockhold and Romero in that 3rd round. And that last fight against Masasi, he was not winning that fight. He was getting rocked by jabs. I mean, 3 losses, bro, in a row. And Kelvin, man, has been killing guys at middleweight, man. This dude has a serious speed advantage out there and against everybody. and his boxing's legit. He's one of the best strikers in the division. He has good wrestling. And I think this is going to be a similar match to the Kennedy fight because Tim Kennedy, man, has very good wrestling and grappling. And look what he did in that fight, man. I mean, I think Kennedy took him down once, barely. And then Kelvin got up and took his back twice. I mean, Weidman might have been the better grappler like 5 years ago. But now this dude's shot, bro. I mean, he can't take punches anymore. He's going to go out there and get, he might get Kelvin down on the ground. But Kelvin's on a quitter, bro. Kelvin's a very good fighter. He's never been finished. He's going to get right back up and tee off on him, man. So I like Kelvin so much here, bro. I mean, Chris Weidman is done, man. Chris Weidman, I mean, there's so many guys in this division that could beat Chris Weidman right now. I mean, Elias would beat Chris Weidman, man. And Kelvin's way better than Elias. So yeah, I think the speed, Kelvin's going to go out there and hurt this fool so bad with his combinations. He has very good boxing, like I already mentioned. But yeah, man, I got Kelvin here all day. What about you?
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I got it all day too. Put on Kelvin in unit 40. So Weidman is on his way out. He looked good. He got catching these Brazilian legends like as they're kind of falling. He caught fucking Silva on his way out, to be honest. And to be honest, when he beat Machida, I don't think Machida was in his prime either. Machida was aging. He was kind of bigger for the division. He's older, and I think Machida was beating him striking, but Weidman was able to get it to the mat and out grapple him. But that was a while ago. But recently, man, I just think that Weidman looks bad striking, and even when he did get a takedown against Musasi, he wasn't really able to do much with it. He maybe thought he won the round, but I don't think he really did much. I mean, Musasi was lighting him up, dude. I really do think that maybe Romero might have fucking changed his life with that fucking knee, dude. I definitely do think he should have taken more time off, and then he goes and fights a devastating striker like Musasi and just gets lit up, man. And you can tell those strikes were hurting him, man. I think Weidman is lighter on. I think Kelvin is lighter on his feet. His striking is better, and I think their wrestling might be, and he might even be a better grappler, dude. I mean, if you remember the Ultimate Fighter, what won him the show was his wrestling. So he's got that in his back pocket, but he just likes to show his striking off. And you know what? It looks better and better every time. I don't know if it's training in Rafael Cordero. I don't know if it's because he's getting high, but he's very light on his feet. He's very fluid, man. He doesn't force anything. He's just he's going with the flow, man, and I love it. I think he's gonna dance around Weidman, man. He's just gonna do whatever he wants, and I think he's gonna pick him apart on the feet, jab him up, light him up, man. He's got great hands, dude. I really like his movement and his striking. He's getting better every time. Yeah,
very good.
He's getting better every time, man.
Yeah, so many.
I'm gonna go.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Kelvin max bet.
I like it, man. We're both doing that. But so many jobbers, bro, are saying that Weidman has a better grappling. Maybe 5 years ago, he does not have the better grappling now. This dude is so shot. Like so shot.
Mm-hmm. I think Weidman doesn't really have, like you said, maybe pre-USADA he had better grappling, but recently, man, he hasn't really shown much of it. He had good grappling against Vitor Belfort, who's like a white belt on the mat. He wasn't even trying to dig for underhooks. He was just trying to hug. He wasn't trying to do anything while in half guard. He pretty much just let Weidman go straight to mount. However, I think that's what made Weidman's grappling look a little better than what it was when he fought Vitor. But if you look at his grappling against Musasi, man, he was able to take him down. Musasi was able to get right back up. He didn't really take much damage. And I don't know, man. I think recently once he takes people down, the people have been getting back up. And I don't even think he will be able to take down Kelvin. If Kelvin's got a nasty frame, man. He might be shorter he might be shorter, but this fool is a natural 185. If you ask me, he's like a DC. You know what I mean? Like he's not super ripped and super tall, but I mean he's stocky guy, man. He's a 185er, dude. He can't.
He's muscular for sure, bro.
Yeah, man. He looks awesome at 185.
Yeah, this is the best division for him.
And, yeah, I think it's a good weight for him, and he's looking better than ever.
He's faster than everybody out there, man. He really is. And his boxing, bro, his striking is phenomenal, man.
He's gonna light him up, man. I think. I don't think he's gonna be able to get take down. He's too stocky for him.
If Weidman gets him down, he's gonna get right back up, just like what happened in the Kennedy fight. Kennedy has the better grappling. I don't care who you are out there, he does.
Then Weidman?
Yeah, Kennedy has the better grappling. Kennedy has a better grappling than Weidman for sure.
I don't know.
I think so, man.
I don't know about that. I think he might have the better takedowns, but when it comes to like overall grappling, I think Weidman takes it. But that might be a couple years ago. I don't know. Yeah. I just think that's kind of hard to judge. I think that statement's kind of hard to judge, to be honest, because like Kennedy's not much either. But I do think Kelvin might even be the better grappler.
This is a similar matchup though to Kennedy. That's what I think. I think this is going to be the same fight as the Kennedy fight. He's going to light him up.
I mean, yeah. Kelvin fucking trains his striking at King's MMA and then goes train jiu-jitsu with Tony Ferguson. Like, come on, what a fucking beast, dude.
Yeah, man. Chris Weidman trains with John Villante. So I think that's just tell you right there.
Yeah. Shit. But he does train with Matt Serra and like Henzo.
Yeah, long ago. But yeah, man, he's on a 3-5 losing streak, all by finish. He's done, bro. He's not making it out of there, man. I mean, he's gonna get finished in the first round. So we're both going big on Kelvin. I like Rivera for betting, and I do like Burgos. But that's as of right now. That's about it. I know Ricky likes. Who do you like besides Kelvin for betting? Rivera, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at Rivera right now or Burgos, depending on what line I like right now. But I don't know. Maybe do Burgos. Maybe do those three. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I can't wait, man. But all right, guys, a few shout outs to the same guys. We got Will Martin, Rockstar Z, Half the Battle, The Seb Show, Evan McKelton. And yeah, man, we'll be back for UFC 214. We're going to that card. We'll be there live. So, you know, it's going to be a fun card. And I can't wait, man. So we'll be doing that soon. And good luck, guys. Hope all you guys cash. And let's do this, man. War Kelvin.
And shout out to all the haters out there. You know, I love it.
Yeah, I love the haters,
Peace
too, man. And hey, I'm talking to you, Mr. Arkansas. What kind of voice is that, bro? Like your like podcast, dude. Like your 2-minute like video the other day. Like it's pretty embarrassing, dude. Like I don't know, like you live in your mom's like basement, dude, or what?
Yeah. Keep it coming. Keep the views coming, and hit that like button, please. Please subscribe.
Yeah, do you track Arkansas? Do you track? Because I don't think you do. Track, bro.
Yeah, we looked you up, bro. Couldn't find you, man. Hey, man.
Track and then
it's all about. At the end of the day, bro, it's all about making money. So let's make that money, and I can't wait for the weekend. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace.
Later, guys.